Well, hello there. The drinker is back, and I've got my booze, and it's all good. I'm ready to do a little bit of live streaming because it's been like 2 weeks since I've done any live streams, man. I've missed you guys, and I'm kind of glad to be home in not so sunny Scotland. But hey, what can I say? You know, you got to come home eventually. But yeah, I had a lovely week off doing lots of drinking and eating, and damn, those all-inclusive holidays are great, but I think they underestimated just how much Scottish people can drink. It was good fun though. But yeah, it's good to be back. So how the fuck is everyone? What have we got here? We've got Kyle, hail to the drinker. Thanks, man. We've got main channel. Hello, drinker. Hello to you, matey. I've got Sika, evening drinker. Evening to you, man. Hello, and oh yeah, happy Easter to everyone as well. I keep forgetting that it's fucking Easter, but it is apparently. So yeah, well done for that as well. It's like Jesus getting reborn day. Awesome. Spiking Madness, hail drinker. Hello, thanks, man. Shield Wall of Dragons. Hello, sir. Hello to you, man. So, yeah, what have we got here? Peeps suck. Sorry, Rennie. Yeah, that's one of my awesome mods there. Give her a round of applause as well. Rennie, Joshua Levesque, I think Big Daddy MRI, and I think Mr. Brown Alliance, they all do awesome work, moderating my chat. So very much thanks to you guys. You've had a couple of weeks off. So, hey, you guys got a little bit of a holiday as well to, just do normal things like you do. Noticed that my tan has completely vanished because, I've been back in Scotland for like 3 days now. Reverted to pale and dead. Yeah, here we go. Time to bring out the drinks indeed. Tonight, I've actually got Red Leg rum. And this one's like caramelized pineapple flavor, so it's very tropical. But it's good stuff. I'm a bit of a fan of Red Leg rum, to be fair. My next review, it's going to be Morbius. I've put it off as long as I can. I said fucking no to reviewing Star Trek Picard because I just thought, nah, fuck it. I just don't want to do that. I'm not going to subject myself to that. But Morbius, it's a movie. I can get through it in like 2 hours, unlike a TV show, which is going to take like 10. So even if it's shit, which I suspect it is, it's not going to be too much of an investment of my time. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm having Iron Brew. Nice. That's the mark of a true Scotsman right there. Pour a little bit of vodka in there and you're good to go. What's this? Bring back Zombie Drinker. Oh yeah, I need to put that back in actually. I only break that out at Halloween. But then I left it in my Discord for about 6 months afterwards because I was too fucking lazy to change it. And it just kind of stuck with me after a while. Yeah. Drinking companies should indeed sponsor me. I don't know what the deal is with that on YouTube. Like, I don't think you can probably advertise alcohol on your channel. It'll be one of the many things that you're not allowed to punt on YouTube. So fuck it. It's a shame, but them's the breaks, I guess. Oh yeah, the Northman's on Friday. Did you see it, or are you going to see it? I haven't seen it yet, but I do like a bit of Viking stuff, so I'm probably going to give that a go, actually. Buckfast, the true Scotsman's drink. You'll see a lot of fucking empty bottles of that lying about my hometown on a Sunday morning, let me tell you. I was never a Buckfast fan, though. Like, it was too sweet for my taste. Which is ironic, considering I'm drinking rum right now. Anyway, I know there's a few super chats that were there just as I was getting set up for this stream, so I'd like to do a few of them just to get caught up, and then I can just do the chat as it comes in. So let me just get caught up here. Joshua Levesque said, "Hey drinker, awesome to see you live stream again. Thank you, man. It's great to be live streaming again. Any chance that Rags can join you in the Long Man for an open bar or happy hour? He'd be such a great guest." Rags did join us, actually. We did, what the fuck was it called? Invisible Man, I think. That kind of horror thriller movie. We talked a little bit about Bly Manor as well. So, yeah, Rags has already been in. And yeah, it was good fun talking to him. He's more of an EFAP guy, to be honest, rather than this. But yeah, happy to have him back. Charles Hurst said, This should help you continue your holiday. Cheers. That was for $50. Thanks, man. Very much appreciated. And yeah, the holiday never stops with the drinker. That's the best thing. I don't have to worry about getting up early for work the next day. It's awesome. Get Star Wars Theory on. Yeah, I'd have him on for sure. It'd be interesting to see what he's got to say. I feel like I've almost reached that point with Star Wars where, much like Star Trek Picard and just Star Trek in general, I just don't care anymore. I've gotten to that point where I just think whatever comes out, I just don't have any investment in it, because it's easier that way. When you're not invested in something, then you don't have to care if it's shit, and it invariably is with Star Wars these days. So it makes things a lot easier. What's the next one? Am I going to play Elden Ring? Yes, just completed Horizon Zero Dawn, so I've got Elden Ring coming. That's winging its way to me. So I'll give that a little go, and who knows, I might stream a little bit, and you can watch me totally fucking embarrass myself playing it. It took me several hours to get back into the swing of things with Horizon. Did I say Zero Dawn, by the way? I think I meant to say Forbidden West. Fucking always get them wrong. But yeah, Forbidden West was actually all right, ultimately. A little bit social justice-y in places, a bit woke. Probably it's one of those rare occasions where I think maybe the game map might be a little bit too big. You do sort of get lost in it after a while. It takes a long time to just get focused back on the main storyline. But I do like the world building that they did with it. I thought it was kind of interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna probably try and review that as well, because I do have a lot of things I'd like to say about it. I think it's gotten totally overshadowed by Elden Ring, probably understandably so. But I thought it was an okay game overall. I mean, damn, I must have sunk 30, 40 hours into it, so it was probably worth the money, Oh, fuck yeah. New episode of Doctor Who just dropped and it's really shit. I'm not going to fucking watch it. I've said that. Done with Doctor Who. I will watch the final one where the 13th Doctor regenerates, because I get to see her die. So that's going to be enjoyable, if nothing else. But that's the only one I'm going to watch. Don't give a shit about any of this other crap. Anyway, what was the next super chat here? Chucksenhausen, hey, says, glad you're back. Just curious if you started your character study video on Reacher and Hawk and what's missing today from modern leading men. No, I haven't yet. I'm about halfway through Reacher. I'm enjoying it though. Yeah, I mean, he's a fucking alpha, that's for sure. Pretty good character, and I like him way more in the show than I did in the books, which is really weird. Normally it doesn't go that way, but I think the actor just invests in with a bit more personality than you actually get in the books, which is interesting. But yeah, I think they picked a great guy to play him. He's obviously built like a brick shit house, probably two brick shit houses fucking sandwiched together. He's got the kind of charisma, and he's got the confidence to play a guy like Reacher. And it just, yeah, I'm really surprised that a show like that got fucking made on Amazon of all places. Who would have thought it? JS Pena said, got to be honest, Drinker, you continue to surprise me. A part of me expected you to agree with Sean Connery's opinion on hitting women. That video got demonetized, right, for a good couple of days while I fought with YouTube over it. And I was convinced that was the reason it happened, because I played that Sean Connery clip. Yeah, his attitude is definitely quite old school, I'll say that. Yeah, I don't really advocate hitting anyone, so not unless they're hitting you first. So it's it's probably not something that you would get away with saying nowadays, that's for sure. But damn, you got to respect the guy for sticking to his guns. 0 fucks were given in that interview. Next one is, let me just refresh this list here. Just takes a second. Oh yeah, here we go. There's a whole bunch of them. So, oh yeah, Night King 01 says, I love that Angry Joe has finally given up on Picard just like you. The man can't take it anymore. It's beating him down. It's done that to everyone. That's the thing. Nobody's fucking talking about this show anymore. I don't know how Red Letter Media are still soldiering through it. Fuck knows how they're still managing to watch it because they are fucking huge Star Trek fans, and it just must be killing them to see what's become of it. But yeah, I don't blame them for giving up in the slightest. For me, I was just, I saw 1 or 2 episodes of season 2, and I just thought, no, I'm done. I knew that they were going to be back to the 21st century. It was going to look cheap as fuck. None of the characters are anything like how they used to be. Just don't fucking care. And so what's the point in watching it? And what's the point in taking the time to review it? I don't think many people would even care about my review. So yeah, time to just fucking cut ties with it. Daniel Heron says, taking a break from prepper videos. Prepper videos? Do you mean proper? Yeah, like I say, I live stream sometimes. I'll be doing an open bar stream on Thursday. Still sorting out guests right now because I'm just getting back into the swing of things. Came back to a fucking mountain of emails from various people, so I've got to try and get through all that as well. But hey ho, it's the glamorous life of a fucking YouTuber. Dragovin08 says, just wanted to say I like your lazy dog. Yeah, that's Lara, the greyhound. She gives me the vibes of my old grumpy chihuahua who sleeps all day. That's what greyhounds do, man. They get about 5 minutes of ferocious exercise in the garden, just like tearing around. Destroyed my lawn, by the way. Like when they decide to turn, they dig their claws into the ground. They just churn up all the grass and turf and everything. But yeah, and then they spend the rest of their days just sleeping and doing fuck all. And yet they still look absolutely fucking huge. Like they're totally muscular and lean. Man, I wish I could have that kind of training regime. But yeah, she's in another room right now. And once she's settled in for the night, you ain't going to move her. Nikki D said, Hail Drinker, care to review The Northman? Yes, I was just talking about that. I'll probably watch that. Hopefully it's good. Ben Flounders said, have you seen Odyssey 5? Would you review it? I haven't seen Odyssey 5, so I don't know, man. Yeah, don't know anything about it. Big Dave K said, hey, Drinker, I hope you had a good Easter. I'm still plugging away on that animation. It just takes so long. Yeah, this is the dude who's done like an animated hyena of me with my voice. So he got me to record some dialogue for it. I think he did a little test one, several months back, just a few seconds of audio that he clipped from one of my videos, and it looked fucking awesome. And so he's got like a slightly longer animation that he's doing. But yeah, it's great. Like I wish I had that kind of artistic talent. I've got no fucking skill at drawing, but this guy's brilliant. So yeah, can't wait to share it with people when he's done. Tom Blunt says, will you do a stream discussing Army of Darkness? Well, already done one with EFAP, so it'll probably come out in about 5 years when they get around to editing it. But we had a great time watching that. So I'm not going to stream it about it, but I might do an extra shots review on my second channel because it's a really fun movie. Tino said, what film are you looking forward to this year? Not much, if I'm totally honest. Top Gun Maverick would probably be my top pick. That movie, I've been waiting for that for about 3 years now, it seems, when the first trailer dropped. I've got like a really old video where I review that first trailer and I said it looked fucking great. And I still stick with that. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to finally seeing it. It's been delayed so many times because of COVID. So be good to finally get it and see what it's going to be like. Yeah, I've become a bit of a Tom Cruise fan these days. Got to respect the guy. Love the Mission Impossible movies. He's done a whole bunch of sci-fi. Fucking loved Edge of Tomorrow. Really liked Oblivion. And you've got stuff like this as well, where he's doing a sequel to a movie from like 35 years ago. And it looks pretty good. So fucking good on you, man. Also, he stopped aging about 20 years ago. Bastard that he is. It's all that Scientology keeping him alive. Tropic Thunder. Yes, I did. Did I do a stream with Az about that? I think I did. Yeah, that was a fantastic movie. Right. Let me just get the next one here. Yeah, Jonathan OUB12 says, love the channel, Drinker. Keep up the great work. Thank you, my friends. I absolutely will. JT Ransom said, Drinker, glad to see you. Thank you for all your videos and books. Still hoping you'll talk about Reacher, but on your own time if you are. Yeah, like I say, man, I kind of put it on the back burner while I got through Peacemaker, which was pretty good. I quite enjoyed that. Had a good laugh with it. And now that I'm back from holiday and I've seen that, I can get back into Reacher and finish it. And yeah, I'll definitely review it because I think it deserves more attention, I think. Clarence Eugene said, have you seen Kimmy? Malignant level good and bad. Horror stingers over a millennial having to ride a public bus. It's on HBO right now. Steven Soderbergh. Okay. Don't know much about that one, but yeah, Christ, I had a good laugh with Malignant. Jesus. Felix Rodier says, ahoy and welcome back. What is your most quotable movie of all time? Also, Drunk Irishmen on the Aran Islands versus tentacle blood-sucking aliens equals Grabbers. Yes, I've heard about Grabbers. I recommend it's fun and well-made. Hail. Quotable movie of all time. Fuck, there's so many. All of the Cornetto trilogy, they have got some incredible quotes. Like Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz and stuff. Yeah, just really fun. No fucks given. What else? Jesus. Yeah, the Death of Stalin, which I covered recently on my second channel. The moment Zhukov gets on the scene, like his fucking attitude is just incredible. Like, yeah, Jason Isaacs that plays him? I think it is. Yeah, like his portrayal is just, he swaggers into the room. He's got medals across like 3 rows of his chest. He just looks like he's determined to fuck every single person in the room. And yeah, he just insults absolutely everyone he meets. So The Death of Stalin is a really quotable movie. Yes, Zhukov was the boss. Yeah, it's great. I put some of my favorite quotes into my review if you look on my second channel. But yeah, there's so many throughout the film. Yeah, Arnold's got some great one-liners, especially from Predator. Like, stick around. Yeah, he also had some great ones in Commando, as I remember. Let off some steam, Bennett. Damn, I love that movie. I remember covering that with Az. We just did a live stream on it, and we spent about 2 hours just laughing our asses off. Next one, Stephen Bobo says, Happy Easter, Drinker. Happy Easter to you, matey. Have you seen Horizon Zero West video that shows Aloy's breasts? I have seen the pictures of it, yeah. God bless those character modelers. They went to the trouble of actually animating her boobs and everything. So you can see the whole thing, and apparently there's a glitch that allows you to actually see it. So yeah, it's great because Aloy is pretty much asexual throughout the entire game. She's exactly like Rey from Star Wars. No idea who, what, anything that she likes. She's just there to kick ass, apparently. And I guess that was a conscious decision on the part of the game's writers. She's about to higher purpose, Although, interestingly, the woman that she's cloned after was revealed to be a lesbian, if you have the right conversations in the game. Because, of course she is. That was probably one of the things that I'll pick up on in my review. Basically, if you want to pick any of the characters which are corrupt, evil, manipulative, entitled, idiotic, narcissistic, I pretty much guarantee you they'll be straight white men. If you want to pick any character which is altruistic, honorable, intelligent, capable, strong-willed, driven, yeah, I can pretty much guarantee you it'll either be a woman or a person of color. It's just something that, I'm not making judgments right now until I've done my review, but it's just something I can't help but notice in games like this. What do you want me to say? Is it a conscious decision, or is it just a pure coincidence? Who knows? But we do know. Yeah. There's interest in some people here were talking about Aloy's character model as well. Yeah, they went for the rugged look. I'll say that about her. Timmy Jimmy said, I've been a huge fan of your content, wondering if you've ever seen The Shawshank Redemption. Yes, I have, multiple times, in fact. It's seen as one of the greatest films, and I highly recommend seeing it and reviewing it if you haven't. Yeah, absolutely seen The Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, it's just a great, uplifting film. It's, when you get that final payoff at the end with Andy and Red reuniting, the Brooks, the old prisoner who ends up taking his own life because he can't handle life on the outside. Like it's a great example of just emotional setup and payoff. I think that's done really well, and yeah, just a film that leaves you feeling pretty good at the end of it. So yeah, really like that one. Eloy's a handsome woman. Yeah, she's she just needs the beards, and she could be a Scotsman, you know. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, I get, I guess the point that they're making. Like, if you're living in a kind of almost prehistoric survival situation where you're just trying to get through each day, and you don't have access to modern cosmetics and all the luxuries that we take for granted that make us look so lovely, you're not going to look preened and perfect and, you know, airbrushed or whatever. So I kind of get what they were going for. I just think maybe they went a little bit too far with it. Yeah, Scottish women are like dwarves. You know, what can I say? It's cold up here in Scotland. You got to do what you got to do. It does lead to a lot of confusion at times, though. You know, God, been hit so many times. Right, what's the next one here? Oh shit, where is it? Lost my place there. Oh fucking hell! The loads have come in. God, I've lost my place here. Oh, still going. Oh yeah, there we go. Right. Okay, so yeah, Claudio Rogojan said Reacher just shows how bad Cruise was miscast. Yeah, I mean everyone knows that. Much as I like Tom Cruise, he can't play every fucking role, and playing like a 6'5", you know, walking brick shithouse who can take down people left, right, and center. You know, it wasn't quite his wheelhouse. You know. I think they just used his star power, but yeah, it shows when you put the right guy in the role how much better it is. Night King 01 said, everyone's saying The Northman is a masterpiece, and Mr. H echoed that sentiment. So I'm really excited, and the historical accuracy is immaculate. Well, hopefully fucking so. I'm not a fucking expert on Vikings or anything, or Viking culture, but I am interested in seeing it. The Midnight Ambassador says, Hail Drinker, first time super chatting. I first found you when you made the Master of the Universe review. Oh, yeah. What a pile of shit that was. What do you think of Attack on Titan? Also, shout out to Gundam. Yeah, Gundam is awesome. He's been on Open Bar multiple times, and he's a great guest to have on. There's times when Gundam starts a rant. He just starts ranting about something, and I know well enough to just shut the fuck up and just let him do his thing, because nobody rants quite like Gundam. He's great. But yeah, so Attack on Titan, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know about that. I have heard it highly recommended, though. A lot of people have recommended it to me, so I will be watching it. Javier Vergaras says, Hi, Drinker, welcome back. Thank you. I know you regret Hollywood's denigration of motherhood and femininity, so may I recommend you watch Machia When the Promised Flower Blooms. It's a fantasy movie that explores motherhood very well. Okay. Yeah, never heard of that one. I don't even know. Where's that from? Machia. Let me just quickly look that up. Yeah. Okay. So it's on Netflix, apparently. It's an anime. A young girl who's a member of a special race called the Eorf. Yeah, okay. Looks like an interesting one. Yeah, I'll give that a go then. Thanks, man. Sorry. Next one was Julian Sandez says, Dear Drinker, Better Call Saul someday? I don't know, man. I fucking love Breaking Bad, but it's just Better Call Saul kind of broke me. I get the impression that little people talk about it, and it's a great show in my opinion. Greetings from Argentina. Thank you, my friend. And yeah, with Better Call Saul, like I said this before on streams, you know, I tried to get into it, and I just found it quite slow, and yeah, it just never quite grabbed me the way Breaking Bad did. And people have said to me, look, it gets way better. It picks up. You've got to stick with it. I don't know, man. I'm not sure if I could bring myself to watch like 2 or 3 seasons before I get to the good stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, nice aviators. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the fact that I'm still hungover and my eyes are bloodshot. Nope. Just look at the glasses and pretend that there's nice, like, beautiful blue eyes behind them. It'll be fine. I didn't know. This is the thing. I didn't think Breaking Bad was slow because it immediately grabs you with Walter getting diagnosed with cancer, and so immediately you're invested in him and his life. And it moves relatively quickly onto like the drug busts and him meeting Jesse, and then before you know it, they've formed their plan to start making the crystal meth. So I didn't think it was slow at all. Like I was completely bought into it by the end of the first season. Yes, the Drinker Plushies, they are on their way. I got an email from Makeship yesterday saying that they've been shipped. So everyone who's ordered a Critical Drinker Plushie, you should be getting it in the next couple of days. And if you do, and you got the chance, post a picture on Twitter and tag me in it, and I'll try and share it. Because, yeah, I want people to know that the plushies do exist. Prison Break, yay. First season was great. The subsequent seasons, they just kept trying to like recycle the same formula with decreasing results. And I think by the time you got to that final season where they did like a reunion almost, like years after the show had ended, and they tried to bring everyone back, it was just, it was done. It was just got increasingly stupid and ridiculous over time. But yeah, I loved that first season or two. I thought that was brilliant. Cyprian Pantea said, hey, Jane Drinker, do you have audiobook versions of your books? Yes, I do. So if you go on Amazon, they're all there. Every book that I've done, there's an audiobook of it. And by the way, my next book, which is called Dark Harvest, is available to pre-order on Amazon. So it comes out on the 16th of August this year. Man, this has been a long time coming. We did a lot of work on this one. It's looking pretty good. The front cover that they've designed is awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's a really fun book. And if you felt inclined to pre-order it, then by all means go for it. Hopefully you'll get a real kick out of it. And it's going to be in Kindle, paperback, audiobook, every format essentially. What's this one? On the topic of writing process, I hate writing but love having it written. Do you have any advice? Yes, so if you go to my second channel, there's a bit of advice there about writing and getting published and stuff. Yeah, it's everything I can think to say on the subject at the moment. I can't tell each individual person how they should write a book because it might be different for each one. You know, some people might, peck away at it over a period of years. Some people might blast out a novel in the space of like a couple of months. Every person's different. And the creative process is going to be different. So I can't tell you how you should specifically write a book. But if you feel like you've got that story in you, then just keep plugging away at it. Hopefully, eventually, you'll get something good out there. What's the next one? Sorry, just catching up here. Okay, so Slap the Console said, opinions on the works of August Wilson and or adaptations of his plays. Great example of progressive stories without being woke. I would love to give you some deep, insightful opinion of the works of August Wilson, but I'm afraid I have not seen any of his stuff. So I couldn't tell you, and I'm sorry, man, but there's no point in pretending here that I know about something that I don't. Sorry about that. Justin Wilson said, greetings, Drinker. Can't stay long as it's already 5 a.m. Jesus, where are you? But I just had to take the chance to tell you how much I appreciate and enjoy your content. Oh, you're in Australia. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, thanks, man. And very much appreciated. Thank you. Marcus said 3 things. 1, happy Easter. Yay. 2, Halo TV show thoughts. Don't know. Haven't seen it. It sounds shit, though. 3, what do you think of the movie The Nice Guys? Haven't seen it yet. Heard really good things about it. Want to watch it. Just Rhinos gave me $1 Australian. Cheers, mate. Happy Nightblade 45, or sorry, Danny Nightblade 45 says, happy Easter, Drinker. Thank you. Did you see Just Some Guy's latest video? Do you think his whiskey line was a shot at you? Lately, Just Some Guy has become a bit of an extremist and has been labeling his fan base as bigots. Yeah, I've heard he's taken a bit of a leftward turn. I don't know much about his stuff, to be honest. I don't really watch him, but I know he's been caught up in a bit of controversy, and he seems to be like turning on his own fans. Which, call me crazy. It doesn't seem like the best strategy, calling your own fans bigots and insulting them and calling them dicks. That doesn't seem like a good way of running a channel, because these are the people that pay your fucking bills ultimately. Yeah, weird. What's the next one? Michael Hansen said, "Hey, if we're talking about Stephen King movies, I can highly recommend Needful Things, my favorite, Max von Sydow main cast." Oh Christ, I remember that one. Does he not run like it's not like a pawn shop, but it's something along those lines where he gives each person something that's they think that they want in life, and it's almost like a monkey paw situation where it kind of fucks them over. I think that's the one that I'm imagining. But yeah, if it is, I remember him being really fucking creepy in it. But yeah, a lot of the adaptations of Stephen King movies, or books, sorry, not always great. Snarf said, "Any thoughts on the Severance TV show of Apple TV?" Not really, no, because I haven't watched it, mate. I don't know anything about it. Just Rhino said, "Have you seen the Boys Season 3 trailer and you review?" No, I've been staying away from Boys stuff at the moment. Like, I will be watching Season 3, but I haven't been liking where Season 2 was going. And from what I've heard, yeah, Season 3 is only going to make it worse. Yes, it's going to hold a mirror to modern culture and all of our ills. Yay. Yeah, it's not one I'm looking forward to, really. But I'm hoping because I fucking love Carl Urban and I love Anthony Starr, so I want to see them make good, Norwegian Kryptonian says, "I miss TV shows like Rab C. Nesbitt." Yes, and Hello. Yeah, so for anyone who's American or doesn't know what the fuck that is, Rab C. Nesbitt is about an absolute fucking Jake from Glasgow. He walks around in a suit jacket and a string vest, and he's permanently drunk, and he's got a fucking bandage over his head, and he just gives really like almost eloquent observations about life and the world and everything. It's fucking great. Rab C. Nesbitt was awesome. And yeah, the Hello, that's set during World War II. It's about like the French Resistance, but it's a comedy, if you can believe it. And yeah, again, really funny. It takes something, the German occupation of France in World War II, and somehow makes it really funny and endearing. And yeah, it does a great job. Like that British comedy from the 1980s, so fucking well done. Delicious says, "It's too bad it's on Apple, but Severance by Ben Stiller is a modern masterpiece. Finally, something original and intriguing. Now you've got me intrigued." Night King 01 said, "Another ask to review Bicycle Thieves." Well, I'll add it to the list. Hey said, "Have you watched Attack on Titan?" No, I think we were asking about that earlier. If not, you will like it for sure. It's even better than the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard great things about Attack on Titan. It is on my list of animes to watch for sure. And I know it's that and Berserk, basically, that I've got to watch, apparently. Yeah, The Mist. Yeah, good, really good movie. Yeah, it's one of those twist endings, It gets you. I was just trying to think of other Stephen King movies. Like, It is obviously the best example. The Shining, which turned out to be a great movie, which had very little in common with the book, apparently, and Stephen King fucking hated it. And then they did like a TV movie adaptation of the book, and it was much, much closer to it, and Stephen King was really happy with it, and it was absolute shite. So I don't know, man. Authors don't always know what's good for movies, and I'm including myself in that. God knows what's going to happen to my fucking books if they get adapted. Wolverine is James Bond. What, like Hugh Jackman? I mean, If he'd said that 20 years ago, maybe he's too fucking old now, sadly. But yeah, I'm still pulling for Henry Cavill as the next Bond. Make it happen, someone in Hollywood. Jesus, just hire Henry Cavill for everything. He's too fucking good to be languishing in The Witcher. Jakey Fozel says, Drinker, you've inspired me to write a script for a YouTube video. I'm comparing two scenes of girl power and how one is woke and one isn't. Spoilers, the woke one is preaching at you. Yes, go for it. I think it's really interesting to do a scene comparison. I really should make the time to do more of them because, man, it really shows you how you can do something well and do something absolutely fucking terrible. And it's just such an interesting way of, contrasting them in a way people can immediately grasp. So, yeah, go for it, man. I hope it works out well. Finbar White said, hey, Drinker, I'm glad you had a good holiday. I got my lad that whiskey. Cheers, my friend. Nice. Also, do you think Russell Davies will revive Doctor Who? Keep smiling. Probably not, because he's working for the BBC, ultimately. I think if anyone's got a chance of improving Doctor Who, it's probably him. I just don't know what kind of constraints he's going to be working under. And remember, this is Russell T Davies from 2022, not from 2005. He's not the same person and he's not working in the same environment. And so, yeah, I just don't know if you can really do anything with Doctor Who at this point. I've said before, I'd probably shelve it for several years, let the creatives recharge their batteries, figure out a new direction for it, a good strategic plan, and then come back at it with a really good recasting of the Doctor. I just don't think they will. Taker610 said, are pen names the rule, not the exception when it comes to most well-known authors? It's very common with actors and musicians as well. It ultimately depends on your fucking name. A lot of people have really shit names. You know what I mean? Not like, I don't know how to say this, but just not the kind of names that roll off the tongue or that sound like kind of theatrical or cool or interesting or whatever. And your publisher will kind of politely say to you, what I think you should do is have a pseudonym because it'll be really interesting and add an air of mystery. And what they're really saying to you is, your name's shite, we need to come up with something cooler, and this is what we're going to do. And it happens, if your name's some fucking mangled monstrosity that no one can say, you're not going to be using that. If your name is like fucking Agnes Brown, and you're going to write like high stakes thrillers, not going to be a winner. So it just needs to have that conversation usually with your publisher, and they know what works. So that's generally how it's done. I don't know how often it's done. Bill Coxswain. There you go. Right. What's the next one? Jason Cannon, who said, hey, Drinker, come here from Detroit, Michigan. You're going to check out Stranger Things Season 4. This is going to be a tough one, man. I'm not going to lie, because I think Stranger Things ran its course after like 2 seasons. Season 3 did nothing for me. I think they're just recycling the same shit over and over again. I think they've turned 11 from like this really tragic, really compelling, likable character that she was in Season 1 into just kind of a asshole. She's arrogant. She's condescending towards the rest of the group. Her powers make no fucking sense now. It used to be like if she really exerted herself, she'd get that nosebleed and pass out or whatever. Now she can just do it for hours, and she'll be sitting there with a big stack of tissues next to her because she's been bleeding so much. Like, if you're bleeding from the nose spontaneously, there's a chance you're doing some real damage to yourself. And that's what the first season implied. But now it's just like, it just means nothing. She can just do anything. She's like a fucking god. And I think this is where the show is just going off the fucking rails. Don't care about Hopper anymore. Again, Season 1 Hopper, a totally different character from Season 3. They turned him into a goofy, cartoonish idiot. And it's where shows like this go. The first season, they're usually quite adult and quite, subtle with their characterizations, quite mature, and then they just devolve into this fucking nonsense. And yeah, I've got no real hopes for Season 4. I don't want to see any more Stranger Things. I don't want to see any more Westworld. I just want these fucking shows to stop now. Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown will be the bestest ever. Again, exactly. Yeah, she's fucking come in and save everyone because she's brilliant. This is the thing. Like, I think she's a good actor. At least the fact that she can cry on command is very, very impressive. And fuck me, she uses that in like every show she's in. But yeah, you can only milk that character for so fucking long. What's the next one? Wesley Kelly says, I run your Facebook page and everyone is wanting your take on Banshee and Reacher. I'm a former MP myself and full of toxic masculinity. Excellent. I fucking like you already. I love to collaborate with you. Yeah, is this the Critical Drinker shitposting Facebook page? In which case, awesome, man. I follow that myself. And I don't even go on Facebook that often now. But yeah, like I'll be doing a review of Reacher for sure. I'm like halfway through. Like I say, I'm enjoying it so far. Banshee might take a bit longer. I know people have totally recommended it to me because they're like, oh, if you like Anthony Starr in The Boys, you're gonna love Banshee. I just need to make the time to get around to it. Yeah, but I'll do my best. What's the next one? Yeah, sorry, I had to refresh it there. Chris, who said, have you seen Viva La Dirt League's video on The Last of Us Part 2 ending? They covered all your points from your review. Good quality, like Bale and Root. No, I haven't seen that, actually. I'll need to look that one up. Christ, it's been a long time since I've thought about Last of Us Part 2. I just remember it being really fucking annoying. But yeah, Viva La Dirt League, I'll need to have a watch of that video and see what points they're making there. Sorry, Yoni Pele says, thoughts on Peaky Blinders? I really like it. I watched the first 3 seasons, I think, so I've still got to catch up. But yeah, I thought it was great. I love Tommy. Just great writing, great characters. The acting's brilliant. I love that setting of like post-World War I Britain. I just think it's really cool and it's kind of unique. No one else has really done that. Karen Early says, Drinker NFT, still waiting. Are NFTs still a thing? I thought they died out after about 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't know anyone who's still doing NFTs, but I know Brie Larson tried to shill for them and got totally fucking destroyed by her own fans, all 3 of them. But yeah, I still don't really understand what an NFT is. It's just a picture. What is it? Someone fucking help me here in chat. What's an NFT? It just seems like a picture that apparently you can't copy unless you can take screen grabs. I don't know. Yeah, there are probably some screens. Yeah, I bet there are. What's to stop you? It's a scam. I think it fucking is. That being said, I've put in my entire fucking life savings into Dogecoin, so I'm sure that's going to pay off sometime soon. Buy Twitter, Elon. Buy Twitter. Make Dogecoin the currency of social media. I'm all in, man. I've got myself primed and ready. I'm going to invest everything in Doge. All right, next. Akos Floozy said, do you think Jean Owl will ever let us know what happened to Ayla's first son? I don't think so, because she wrote her last book like 10 years ago or something. It's really long fucking time now. And she's probably way too fucking old to do anything with the series now. If it's going to happen anyway, it's going to be passed on to a ghostwriter or something like that. Like she'll pass away. And someone else will take the series over, perhaps, and then they'll do like all kinds of other books. To be fair, the last 2 were absolutely fucking garbage. She wrote Planes of Passage back in 1990 and then did fuck all for like 12 years. Yeah, all those people who complain about George R.R. Martin taking forever to write his books, you just try a bit of Jean Owl. It took her 12 fucking years to write the next book in the series, and it was shit when it came out. This is why I have no... I have no confidence in his ability to finish his series. If you take that long to write the next book in the series, it's invariably crap because you've ran out of ideas, you don't know what you're doing, and you trot some garbage thing out at the end of the day to satisfy your publishers. It happened to her. It's probably going to happen to him as well. Is she 86? Yeah, she's done. She's not going to be writing any more books, and I don't think she'll be around too much longer. I met her once actually down at a fucking conference or something in London, and it was nice to speak to her. But like, she knew fuck all about her own books. I asked her like, "What was your favorite moment in your books?" and she couldn't answer it, which kind of made me think she's either forgotten or she didn't care in the first place. Alex L said, "Drinker, what you got?" Sorry, I'll try that one again. Hey, Drinker, what got you into writing? I just loved telling stories, and I know that sounds like the most basic bitch answer I could possibly give you, but that's where it came from. I loved this idea that you could come up with just a story or a character or whatever in your mind, write it down, put them in a situation, have them go through some kind of journey or whatever, and share it with people and have them be, interested in it. If it was well written, for example, like they might be gripped, they might be excited, they might be scared, they might be sad, or happy or whatever. You can bring that out in people. That's fucking special, and that's what's awesome about writing. And yeah, I enjoyed doing it, just messing around as a kid, and eventually decided I would have a crack at it as an adult, see if I could actually produce something halfway decent. And I'm still trying, but hey, there we go. When you're listing your own critical coin, your own cryptocurrency, it can be fueled by the power of the drink. So yeah, drink coin. There we go. I need to get it done. I'm going to speak to Elon about this right now. Next one is Taker610, who said, "End of Attack on Titan anime is not until January 23. Wow, really? It's still going." Motorcycles Off-Road said, "Have you seen Justified? I thought it was a rather great show. So much character development of many main characters." No, I haven't seen Justified, I'm afraid, so I don't know. I know people have asked me about that before. I think people generally said good things about it. So, yeah, I guess it's something I need to give some time to. Stephen Bobo said, "Drinker, I know you still like most AAA video games, but have you recently liked any indie video games?" I mean, not really spent enough time to actually play them, I suppose. I'm not too well up on the indie video game scene. I wish I could say I'm like some hardcore gamer that's is well up on all these like obscure titles that I can totally recommend to you. But I just, I have to spend quite a bit of time, unfortunately, watching movies and reviewing them. So I tend to just pick the big sort of AAA games, which, yeah, what can I say? It makes me a casual gamer, but might as well be honest, I'm sure there are a lot of great ones out there, though I just haven't made the time for them. I do have a Steam account, which I just rarely use, sadly. Have I played Resident Evil Village? Yeah, you can find my live streams of me playing it, and yeah, I've done a full review of it. So yeah, watch that. I guess you can get my thoughts on it. Overall, I liked it. I thought like the whole gothic horror thing with the werewolves and the vampires and stuff, like, okay, it's fine, but it's not really in keeping with the Resident Evil series. I know it's got like shades of Code Veronica, where we had the Ashford family and stuff, but this takes it to the next level. And like, I prefer just fighting zombies and bioweapons and stuff, and like evil corporations, that sort of thing. But hey, always open to new things, I suppose. There we go. You earn a coin by buying Drinker a beer. Yes! Make yourself rich and make me drunk. Annoyed226 said, "What are your thoughts on The Crow? I feel like it's a pass on not being that great a film because of Brandon Lee's tragic death, but his character is indestructible, so there's no suspense." Yeah, I mean, I watched The Crow like probably 25 years ago. Been a long fucking time. I think I was basically a young teenager when I saw it. I maybe didn't quite appreciate it for what it was, because I was quite, when you're a kid, you're more literal in when you watch movies, and you kind of want, from a comic book movie like that, you just want to see something like Blade, or I guess what the MCU would later become. And The Crow is obviously nothing like that. It's a completely different movie. Very kind of stylized, very abstract in a lot of ways. But I think probably it gets more it gets more respect now. I think it was probably a bit ahead of its time. But yeah, I remember it being pretty good. I would really need to rewatch it to get a sort of modern take on it, I suppose, a bit more mature. Mercurial Funk said, Everything Everywhere All at Once review. First 10 out of 10 movie for me in a while. Yeah, a couple of people have actually emailed me about Everything Everywhere All at Once, saying it's really good. I know absolutely fuck all about it. I'll be honest about that. But apparently it's really good. I don't know, man. Spider-Man 1 said, I want to write superhero comics. Any tips on how to write a teen main character protagonist superhero? Not really, because I'm not too well versed in the whole comic book industry. You know, when I write novels. And so to condense that down into a comic is a bit of a different prospect. All that being said, I've dipped my toes into it just recently. And there's something that should be coming out later this year that I played a part in writing. So I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, as for like a teen main character, fuck, man, I don't know. You don't just want to go down the route of like, you know, Peter Parker type character where, you got to blend into like high school life and deal with all the teenage angst that, you know, teens normally deal with, like relationships, bullying, all that sort of thing. But you're also a secret superhero. I don't know, maybe just totally upend it and immediately have the guy reveal his superhero identity. And fuck people over that have like messed with him in the past and everyone's terrified of him. I don't know. You know, just do something unexpected and different, I suppose. Discordian says, achievement hunting in Jedi Fallen Order, White Russian in hand, Scottish weather here in, is it KC, Kentucky, is it? Listening to smooth, smoky Scottish sermons. That's a pretty fucking good way to spend your day, man. Respect. Snarf said, would you sell the rights to Ryan Drake, the bad robot? No, not even if you put a fucking gun to my head. There's some things in life that are more important. Mr. Smith said, did you see the Pedro Pascal said he didn't look like at the Last of Us game, even though he's playing Joel? Yeah, I heard that. Arrogant fucker. Every time Pedro Pascal opens his mouth, man, I respect that dude a little bit less. Yeah, he just spews constant shite. Seems like a really entitled arsehole. He acts like he's an established A-list Hollywood actor who's been in the game for like 20 years. You're not that fucking big, mate. Trust me. Your career could come to a crashing halt very, very easily. You're lucky you got from Wonder Woman 2 unscathed because fuck me, you were terrible. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that he didn't bother playing the game. I would never have cast Pedro Pascal as Joel anyway. Doesn't look anything like him. Doesn't have his physicality. Doesn't have his rugged appearance. Yeah, I would have found someone else, basically. I'm just waiting for you to drink a beer on air now. I mean, I've got rum. Like, is that enough? Like, I've been just getting pissed on this because the thing is, when I start drinking beer, right, it just goes right through you. You know, you've all been in this situation before where you've been on a night out, you've had like 4 or 5 pints, then you go for a piss, and that's it. You're pissing for the whole rest of the night. You've opened the floodgates, right? I can't do that here on stream, funnily enough. I can't just disappear for like a couple of minutes while I go for a piss and leave you looking at an empty chair. What do you think I am, Hassan Piker? You know, I'm not a wannabe commie fucking shill. I'm aiming to entertain you in some, tiny little way, and I have to actually be on screen to do that. What's the next one? Floodgates is still UK. What do you call it in America? You know, when you take that first piss of the night and it's like, yeah, I need to keep pissing now because I've got like 10 gallons of beer in me. There must be something. Breaking the seal? Is that what you call it? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what people say. Yeah, breaking the seal. That's it. Yep, busting the seal. Yeah, that's what Americans call it. Yeah. Open the floodgates, breaking the seal, whatever. It's the same deal. You've all been there, gentlemen. Tapping the keg. I like that one. Might keep that. It's this one. Yeah, look refreshed. Thank you. I feel refreshed, actually. I'm not going to pretend that like making YouTube videos is like toiling away on some fucking building site and breaking my back and or sitting in some little cubicle office or whatever. It's really fun, and I'm really lucky that this is what I do for a living. But yeah, like it's nice to like just take a week off, I guess, and recharge your batteries a little bit. It's partly why I decided I wasn't going to review Star Trek Picard. Yeah, I got that little bit of a gap between what I had to review and what I had to watch and stuff, and I was just sitting there thinking, what can I look at when I get back, and what can I start reviewing? And Picard came up, and the more I thought about it, the more I thought, nah, I just don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to do that to myself. And I thought, fuck it, I'll just make a video explaining why. And I tried to articulate my thoughts as best I could. So, there it is. But yeah, generally speaking, it's nice every once in a while. Just take some time out, reflect on where you're at, what you're wanting to do, and what you're happy about, what you're not happy about, and just plan ahead, I suppose. Michael Hansen said, hey, if we're talking about crappy Stephen King movies, watch The Langoliers, CGI done with a Commodore 64. Yeah, I remember The Langoliers. Yeah, so it's like a plane full of people that gets they shift through time, like they pass through some weird vortex or something, and they're slightly in the past, like maybe an hour out of sync with the current time. And there's these weird monsters called the Langoliers that eat time. They eat like past versions of the universe, so that there's not like loads of garbage lying around, basically. And so these people are getting attacked by these monster things. It's a really weird concept, but holy shit, yeah, the CGI is garbage in it. Taylor Haha69 says King's best movies are Christine and Maximum Overdrive. Yeah, Christine was great. I really like that. Justin Watkins said, I was thinking just today that Michael Fassbender would be great as James Bond. He did a soft audition in Inglourious Basterds. Fassbender is a great actor. I really like him. The problem is, as with a lot of the people that get recommended now, like Hugh Jackman or whatever, he's just too old. I think Fassbender is pushing 50 now. Let me just check, actually. I'm pretty sure. So he is... Oh, no, he's 45. Okay, yeah, so he's younger than I thought. But, to start a new franchise where you're potentially going to be at it for the next 10 years, probably a little bit old. You really need a guy who's late 30s, 40 at most, and just kind of go from there, because that's what they're going to be looking for. But yeah, he does kind of have the look. Like I say, I think he's a good actor, and yeah, it would have been great to see what he could have done 4 or 5 years ago. Dragovin08 says, topic of King movies, The Green Mile, thoughts? Yeah, Green Mile, great movie. I mean, what can I say? It's really moving. I love Michael Clarke Duncan in it. I love Tom Hanks in it. Barry Pepper even is great in it. Remember him? He was a thing for a while. And then he did that shitty Tom. Sorry. John Travolta movie. What was it? Invasion Earth or something? Christ, I can't even remember. I'm gonna wait for chat to catch up with me, and they can tell me what it was called. The absolute worst movie that's ever been made. Here it comes. Battlefield Earth. That was it. Fucking hell. My brain's giving out on me. Yeah, Barry Pepper was going to be like the next big sort of action star, but then he did that and it was just garbage, and then he's kind of like disappeared. But yeah, Green Mile was a great movie, and I can't believe we lost Michael Clarke Duncan. He just seemed indestructible. The dude was enormous. He just seemed like one of those guys who was going to be around forever. Apparently he was just a really nice guy as well. Really grateful, really nice to his fans and stuff. So But yeah, the Green Mile, that execution scene. Sorry, that should have been a poignant moment there, and I ruined it. But that execution scene where they didn't use the sponge on that dude, and he basically burns alive in front of them. That was fucking horrific because it goes on forever, and it's it's really hard to watch. But hey, that dude who was responsible for it, was it Percy? He got what was coming to him. But yeah, I really like the Green Mile. Talk about Midnight Mass. What do you want me to say? I reviewed it. I really liked it. I thought it was a great fucking show. Got to me in a way that the previous two didn't. The Haunting of Hill House, which I really enjoyed, just as for its little jump scares and stuff. I thought that was great. And The Haunting of Bly Manor, I never really got into that. But Midnight Mass really got to me. I thought it was really poignant, really interesting, the ideas that it delved into. I thought it was a great show. They did use the sponge, but it was dry. So you got to wet the sponge so that the electricity goes straight into your brain and kills you. Do I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Nope. Sorry. Trying to trigger rags again. Yeah, fuck me. That dude loved The Haunting of Bly Manor. He loved it more than anything else in life. And hey, power to him, man. It's I'm glad it had a real emotional impact on him. Just didn't do it for me. What can I say? What's the next one? Yeah, your question. Oh, sorry. Drunken Monkey style. There is a style of fighting called Drunken Boxing. It's great. Okay, next is Wesley Kelly, who said, as a writer, do you enjoy reading? I'm a huge Stephen Hunter, Dirty White Boys fan. I'm a plotter, not a pantser in my writing like you. Cheers. I am definitely a plotter. So I can't just fly by the seat of my pants through the story. I need to know where it's going. Because otherwise I'll write like a 2,000 page fucking piece of garbage that just meanders from place to place. So yeah, I need to know exactly what my plot is, what I'm going to do. And I plot it out in advance for sure. It's weird because honestly, for the most part, I don't read that much. I used to. Like when I was a teenager, I read all the time. I read science fiction, fantasy, fucking loved it. That's what got me into Lord of the Rings. I read it for the first time when I was like 13, 14. Absolutely blew me away. And I've just been hooked ever since. But nowadays, I don't make the time for it. That was why it was kind of nice when I was away on holiday. I just, I read, a whole bunch of books when I was away. I read some of the Mitch Rapp novels. Great, American Assassin. Thought it was great fun. Great, nice, fun read, a good thriller. It's kind of all I look for when I'm away on holiday. If I'm just sitting on a beach or whatever, I just want, a fun book like that. That's what I'm doing. I right now, weirdly, I am actually reading a book. I'm reading Eastern Approaches. It's called by a guy called, and I always get his first name wrong. So it's Forsyth is his surname. Give me a second here. Fitzroy Mclean. Yeah. This dude was fucking legendary. He was like some diplomat in Paris just before World War II, and decided it was too boring for him. Like all the cocktail parties and shit were just not enough. So he went off to Moscow to be a diplomat there for the British. Just one of those guys. Like he got involved in loads of adventures, and he was probably drunk most of the time. And he went to Moscow, decided he was just going to explore the Soviet Union. So fucking sneaked off and went on all these crazy adventures throughout the USSR just before World War II. Then got inducted into the SAS and became one of their top men in Yugoslavia, fighting the Germans and stuff. Then worked as a spy during the Cold War. Apparently James Bond was modeled after him. And he's just an awesome guy. Like the anecdotes that he tells are incredible. So like, yeah, I'm just reading a bit of an autobiography right now. Next one is Kurolex, who said, "Hey Drinker, would you consider reviewing some of DC's animated movies? They're mostly great. My favorite being Justice League: Crisis of Two Earths." I don't know, man. I mean, I remember watching Batman the animated series back in the day. Not too familiar with the stuff that they put out more recently because I tend to watch live action more than anything. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would take a look. Like, quite often you find that the writing of these like animated things is actually better. Um, yeah. Cheers from former Yugoslavia, laughing my ass off. Yeah, exactly. Like, damn, that had an unpleasant breakup back in the 90s. That was awful. Um, Moon Knight review. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I will review it when I've seen all of it because I've only seen the first couple of episodes so far. So I'll wait till the series is finished and then I'll give you my overall thoughts. I like the first episode though. I don't know whether it gets better or worse, to be honest. But the idea of like blanking out and then like you just like wake up again and you're covered in blood and surrounded by corpses because the Moon Knight's taken over you. That's a pretty cool concept. You know, it mirrors my own experiences of drinking too much on a Saturday night. So yeah, what can I say? Book of the what was this one? Have you read Book of the Five Rings? I have not, I'm afraid, so I don't know about it. Just give me 1 second while I refresh this. Oh yeah, Michael C said, "Welcome back, Drinker. Good holiday." Yeah, it was extremely good, thank you. I got nicely sunburned. I went quad biking across Lanzarote. Saw like fucking not a volcano, but like there's bits where like the lava because it's like a volcanic island. So it's basically just this like desert, like the surface of the moon. There's no trees, plants, anything. It's like totally dead apart from like big tourist resorts. And then surrounded by ocean, and you're just off the coast of North Africa, so it's really fucking hot. But yeah, there's a bit when I went quad biking along the coast, and the lava is just beneath the surface, and it like where it meets the ocean. Every time a big wave crashes in, you'll just get this big like gush of like steam. It's like a geyser in you know Yellowstone or something like that. You look down, and it would just be like steam just jets out into the ocean. It's pretty fucking incredible to see. But yeah, it was just a good fun holiday. Just nice to recharge the batteries a little bit. Joseph Harris says, we chatted before about Top Gun Maverick. Just watched the last trailer and it looks like this too is heading right for the toilet. I hope not. Because, I mean, when Tom Cruise is involved, I generally assume it's not going to be too woke because he's just not going to be fucking upstaged by anyone. I'll wait and see. I've liked the trailers so far. J.S. Pena says, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, yay or nay? Absolutely yay. Holder Modify says, I like your more open-minded yet spear-tipped way of reviewing. So many torch-carrying types out there, it gets tiring. Objective reviews seem to be going extinct. No, well, thank you, man. I mean, because, you know, whatever the press surrounding a film or whatever, I try as much as I can to go in with an open mind, and I try to find good things if they're there, because I don't want to just mindlessly shit on something just to score some brownie points, you know. And it swings the other way as well. Like, you know, I reviewed Run, Hide, Fight, which was like the Daily Wire's first movie, and it's nice to see smaller studios, you know, trying to produce their own stuff, or at least, you know, buy the rights to stuff to take on Hollywood. Great, but it's still got to be good. Like, I'm not going to give it a fucking pass because it's made by someone else outside Hollywood. So that's the approach I try to take. I just try to be fair as much as I can. Gennaro Signs says, hello, Drinker. If you were summoned to be a Power Ranger, what color would you want, and what animal would you want your Zord to be? All right. What the fuck would I go for? Blue, because the Scottish flag is blue, and I would go for a mammoth that's got a massive erection. I would demand that was in my Zord, and just ride into battle feeling really uncomfortable and making everyone around me feel uncomfortable. That would be how I'd do it. Excuse me. Hey says you should watch Attack on Titan before January 23 as it's ending then, and you can review the final season as it's airing then. I'm sure I'll get around to it before then. Jesus. Also, have you watched any Indian movies? Not really. No. Yeah, I've watched the whole Bollywood realism YouTube channels, and like the compilations they put together are absolutely fantastic. Bollywood movies are awesome. Hyped for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? Not really, because I'm hearing all these like rumors of massive reshoots that have gone on for weeks and weeks, 6 days a week. So yeah, it kind of feels like they've had a bit of a panic attack. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'll go into it hoping for the best, but I'll prepare for the worst. Stephen Kraft said, Drinker, I hope that your vacation was not too relaxing. Well, you know, the world needs you pissed in both the British and American sense of that word. Well, don't worry, like my Picard video should let you know where I'm at with things. Jeremiah Ford says, what's your favorite whiskey? Right now, it's a toss-up between Highland Park and Lagavulin. Both of them are fantastic. Both of them are very easy to drink. Yeah, can't go wrong with either one as far as I'm concerned. Henry Ashman said, NFTs are super dumb. You basically buy the certificate of authenticity for a place on the internet with the picture in it, but the contents of that location can be copied and are changed underneath you. Yeah, so what's the fucking point? It honestly sounds like a scam. Tobias Gregory says, good day, mate. I'm writing a pilot novel about an MI5 agent that lives through British decolonization actions, the 1950s all the way up to the 1990s. He's definitely not Bond, but I can't quite feel who he is as a character yet. Have you experienced this? Not really. I generally have a good sense of who each character is when I'm writing my books. The problem is when I'm writing a scene with them in it, and maybe I'm trying to have them do things that are out of character. That's when the problems kick in, and I just start to get that sense that this scene feels really forced. People are acting out of character. Need to rework it. That's generally the sense I get. So yeah, I usually have a pretty good sense of who my characters are and what they would do in most situations. But yeah, plug away at it. Obviously, you need your main character locked down. You need to know exactly who he is, what he's about, and what he would do in pretty much any situation. That's your goal there. Drinker, have you read the Witcher saga? Show is seriously messing up storyline and characters. No, I'm kind of vaguely aware of it, but I played the games rather than reading the books, so I know that that's not the same thing. But I feel like from what I've heard, the games are fairly true to the characters and the world that they've created. Yeah, the show has just got so many fucking problems. I think they put idiots in charge of it. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to world build. They don't know how to craft good characters. And the result is like it's just a show. It's very inaccessible. It's really hard to get into. Svert Big Cali said, just watched the last Fantastic Beasts movie. Well, that was plain like water. Even my ducks can make it better. Kowalski rocks. Have you seen Come and See? No, I haven't. And I haven't watched any of the Fantastic Beast movies either because honestly, I'll just go on record. I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter. Never been interested in it. None of the movies did anything for me. And I really don't care about the fucking Fantastic Beasts spin-off. And I'm not knocking you in any way. If you enjoyed it, great. It sounds like you didn't, though. Just don't give a shit about it. Just didn't do it for me. Midas96 said, hey, Drinker, please review Dark. It's top notch. Yes, I've heard great things about Dark. Yeah, excited to watch it. Hey said, are you watching Moon Knight? It's the best Marvel show yet. Yeah, I'm a couple of episodes in. Don't mind it so far, but I'll reserve judgment until I've seen all of it. Diano says, a man who spent 2.9 million last year buying an NFT of Jack Dorsey's first tweet, put it up for auction with the highest bid at $280. NFTs are fucked. Trill1817 said, "Hey Drinker, hope all is well, sir. Thank you. Yes, it is. Please check out Warriors on HBO Max when time permits. Freaking awesome manliness. The message is nowhere to be found. Lol. Cheers. Thanks, man. The Warriors. Okay. Randy L says, "You're killing it. Keep doing what you do. Thanks, man. I'm enjoying killing it." Finbar White says, "Drinker, have you ever seen alternate end for Die Hard 3? No. I've only seen just the general version. Is there an alternate ending? The fuck? I'm going to have to look this up. Hold on. I'll try and keep you entertained while I'm talking about this. So, it has an alternate ending. Okay. Yeah. In an alternate ending, including with the special edition DVD, Simon's able to get away with the gold, but McClane tracks him down to Hungary. He confronts him in a bar and reveals Simon betrayed his own colleagues and took all the gold for himself, melting them down in statues of liberty to move across the globe. Simon is shocked as McClane makes it clear he's here for revenge. He's already killed Simon's protectors and wants to finish the job he started back in America. He puts down a Chinese rocket launcher. What? And starts playing McClane Says, dropping riddle after riddle like what Simon did to him and Samuel L. Jackson's Zeus. It's the first time Simon is this nervous as he answers the questions and keeps spinning the launcher a la Russian roulette. He's held at gunpoint, not knowing which end the rocket launcher will deploy from. It culminates with McClane forcing him to push the trigger, with the rocket blasting through Simon's torso. McClane leaves, basking in his victory and coming off like a vindictive mastermind. What the fuck? I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem like a thing McClane would do, really. He's not as calculated as that. Yeah, that's a weird one. I'll need to watch that, actually. If they filmed it, it'll be interesting to see. What a weird fucking thing. Welsh Nick said, "Do you think Spider-Man versus Venom film would be as good as the last due to the end of Venom 2? Personally, I think it would be great." I mean, if it's Sony that are doing it, they did an absolutely sterling job with No Way Home. If they can carry on that level of writing, fingers crossed, I think it could be great. Yeah, I'm up for that. Get Spider-Man away from Marvel. Fuck it, they are a sinking ship. Bail out now. Dark Maiden says, "Hello there, Mr. Drinker. Love the videos. What advice would you give to someone trying to write their first novel?" Well, as I said in my video at the time, finish the fucking thing first of all. That is the biggest challenge that so many people fall down at. They just can't finish. They don't know the ending. They run out of steam. They run out of motivation. Keep plugging away until you got it finished. Even if it's not the ending you might have wanted, if it's not perfect, you can always go back and alter it and edit it later. But once you've got that bare bone skeleton of it, you've got something to work with. So yeah, I know that's not the most mind-bending piece of advice I can give anyone, but right there is like the most fundamental thing you can do with any book. Yeah, Kingsman. It's good. Yeah. Golden Circle wasn't amazing, but still all right. Better than a lot of the films you get nowadays. And I really enjoyed The King's Man. You know, a lot of people apparently didn't like it, but I thought it was good. Have you seen Peaky Blinders? Yes, I have. I'm not fully up to date with it. I think I've seen the first 3 seasons so far, but I've really enjoyed all of the stuff that I've seen. I think it's a great show, great actors. It's a great sort of era of gangsterism in the UK that you don't often hear about. Jason Cannon says, "Drinker, did you finish the last season of The Expanse? And if you did, how did it end up?" So I haven't watched the final season of it yet. I almost got put off because I haven't heard great things about it. And once they started delving into all the teleporters, the rings, the alien planets and stuff, I didn't have quite the same enthusiasm as I did in the early seasons when it was very much confined to our solar system and it was very grounded. But yeah, I definitely will watch the final series. I just need to bring myself to do it. Loki Odinson says, "Love the Red Dead series. You're going to drop a new IP." Oh, sorry, Red It's RD Ryan Drake series. Are you going to drop a new IP or standalone book? Cheers. So the new book that I'm doing is not Ryan Drake. It's just standalone. It could potentially form a new series. Just see how well received it is, I guess. There's definitely an option to do that at the end, though. Cardboard Chef says, Drinker, I see you're a fan of John Carpenter. Have you thought about adding They Live to your reviews? I think it deserves a Drinker recommends. I've already done a live stream talking about They Live. We had a great old laugh talking about that movie. So yeah, if you look back through my second channel, you'll see a happy hour about it. Next one. Claudio Rogajan, the actor who plays Reacher, was on American Idol in 2002. No joke. What the fuck? He must have been a fucking child when he went on it. You mind looking it up? It won't let me send the link to you. His name is Alan Richson. All right, hold on. Let's see. American Idol. Let's see if we get some images up here. All right. Well, let's see if I can just share this with everyone. All right. Share screen. So entire screen. Okay, so there he is. Oh, no. I just want to see the image. There he is. Let's see if I can just open the image. Yeah, well, you get an idea. He's, I think he's aged a bit better. You know, he's grown into his looks, shall we say. Jesus. Yeah, he's pretty young there. I wonder what age he is now, actually. Because it's not like he was a little kid there or anything. Damn. Well, there we go. That was it. That's how he got his start. He was a young Chad, yeah. All right. Next one is Akendolfer said, Hello, Drinker. Glad to see you back. Have you seen 1408? It's a horror based on a Stephen King story where the villain is literally a room. A room? No. No, I haven't seen 1408, I'm afraid. I like that idea, though. Mr. DJ Fly High said 3 questions. 1, what do you think of the series American Gods? Haven't seen it, but I've heard pretty good things about it. Yeah, it's got some pretty fucked up scenes in it. Did you ever like the old series New Tricks? Not particularly, no. I think I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes. Have you seen the 1987 movie Project X? No, I haven't seen Project X, man. So I know those are probably not the answers you were looking for, but might as well be honest. Miguel T says Stargate 2094 was a very good movie. Okay. I don't know if you're talking about the original Stargate, which I did quite like, actually. Christopher Panelli says, so I know you hate Rian Johnson, but you hate all his movies as much as Last Jedi. I'd be interested to hear you review one of his films that you like. No, I don't just hate all of the films that he makes. Like, you know, conceivably he could make a great movie and I would have no choice but to praise it. You know, I don't like him as a person. I don't like his attitude to fans or anything like that. But, you know, if he produced some awesome film that I really enjoyed, hey, I'll praise it to the high heavens. Like, you know, you separate the art from the artist ultimately. Muller and myself and a few other people, we spent a while talking about Knives Out. Didn't absolutely hate it, but I think we came away from it with the takeaway that it wasn't quite as intelligent as it would like to be, and it was a little bit smug as a film. But yeah, we didn't hate it on the same level as Last Jedi or anything. Andy Korolev said, "Critical Drinker as James Bond." Well, naturally, you know, I'm ready to take up the role. The problem is, like, I would just hang by the bar in pretty much every movie. I wouldn't want to do any crime fighting or anything or take down mega villains. I would just take those vodka martinis. Yeah, there you go. Hate Ryan Johnson, but Looper is a fantastic movie. I mean, Looper is an interesting one because, man, it fucks around with the time travel premise quite a bit, and it creates quite a few problems for itself from a screenwriting point of view. Definitely wasn't a terrible film, but yeah, I'd be lying if I said I loved it. But yeah, it's probably in that category of like you can watch it and enjoy it for what it is. Straight Shooters says, have you written any screenplays? With your take on the issues with Hollywood, would love to see something from you, maybe a Daily Wire project. I haven't yet, but I have helped people with their scripts. Like I do a bit of script editing from time to time. Try to give my feedback on the scripts that they've written and see if we can steer it in, I guess a better direction or one that I think works a little bit better. So I do that. Haven't yet written my own. I just do novels at the moment, so I need to sort of transition over to that script writing idea. Meaty Pat says, what film or films would you like to do an episode of Production Hell on? So I was thinking about doing one on Ghostbusters 2016, because the more I learn about that, the more I realize what a fucking disaster that was behind the scenes. Like, I've already reviewed the actual movie, but the production of it just sounds like a nightmare. And it's interesting because we had the leak of all the Sony emails. We've got a really unique insight into what went on behind the scenes. So that could be a fun one to do. And maybe Predator as well, because that movie, as much as it turned out to be absolutely fucking awesome, had a terrible shoot. Really, like, loads of problems. The casts were difficult. The shooting conditions were really difficult. The Predator wasn't working as a concept, and man, they really had to pull it out of the bag for that one. There we go. Ever thought of making a parody video about how Commando or Predator is just not diverse enough? I would love to. Yeah, you'd have a hard time saying Predator is not diverse because it's got a pretty ethnically diverse cast. It has to be said. Yeah, it's not great. When your entire plot rests on a character throwing up every time they lie. Yeah, fuck that. J.K. Fozel said, have you ever read Jurassic Park? The movie made several characters the polar opposite from the book. Lawyer is heroic, Hammond villainous, Malcolm dies. Yes, so I remember reading it back in the day. I don't know if I ever finished it, but yeah, John Hammond was a very different character in the book. He was much more cold and ruthless and, just total the opposite of how he was portrayed in the film. Trying to think what else. I didn't think Malcolm died. I thought he was like badly injured. Yeah, and the lawyer, what's he called? Gennaro. Yeah, he was kind of different. Like, he's just a quivering wreck in the movie. But I remember him being like much more on the ball when he was in the book. Sodium Soldier said, "Could you please do Idiocracy? Great movie." I could, yeah, indeed. I haven't seen it. Mitch Balishchuk says, read any books by David Gemmell? Dude was a legend. Some of the best heroic fantasy of our age. Sadly, kind of an unknown. Forget George R.R. Martin. This dude wrote over 30 books in 20 years before he died. Too young. He's never been adapted, and I'm grateful. I've heard of David Gemmell, actually. I haven't read his stuff, but like I know he's pretty well regarded. Right, is that it? Malcolm died and it was retconned in the Lost World. Because I know in the Lost World, the book, he's crippled. Well, not crippled, but like he walks with a noticeable limp and he's kind of using a cane and stuff. Which again, they didn't carry over to the movie. The Lost World was a weird film. Because it was still directed by Spielberg, but man, it just lost all the magic of Jurassic Park. I honestly feel that that was a movie that should have just been one and done. You know, I know there was always going to be more money to be made and stuff, but you know, the story that they told was so complete. It dealt with such interesting issues, and yeah, it's just a shame that they kept trotting out more films. Oh, okay. This is the thing. I obviously didn't read it all the way through. I didn't remember him dying. Um, I remember getting badly injured in it, but yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I've read it. Mark Sabo says, "Thank you, Drinker, for your clarity that you bring to movies, pointing out the subtle and lately not so subtle Marxist influence, the message that have been slowly for seeping in for decades now. Thanks, man." And yeah, man, I just call it out like I see it. Don Graham says, "Thanks for fun during COVID. Where's the dog?" She's in a different room right now. Like I was saying earlier, when she decides she's going to sleep, that's it. She just plonks herself down, and you won't see her for the next 10 hours. Harry says, "Why are you wearing sunglasses indoors?" Well, it's mostly because I'm hungover and my eyes are really bloodshot. so you won't see them. He also said, "Attack on Titan is legitimately the best written story of modern time and will cement itself as a classic as soon as it ends. So if you watch it, please do make a review, Drinker." Yeah, I mean, if I watch it, I'm definitely going to review it for sure. Claudia Rogajan says, "As a Moon Knight fan, I hate the idea that Khonshu is explicitly said to be real, as in the comics it doesn't outright tell you. It leaves you wondering if Mark is just downright insane. Would have been so cool." Now, that would be an interesting idea to play with the idea of whether he's responsible for it himself or not. But yeah, got to keep it simple for dummies that watch Marvel, I suppose. Pete Derrick says, "Thoughts on the trailer for Crimes of the Future? Looks like Cronenberg went back to his body horror roots." I mean, I love a bit of Cronenberg body horror, to be fair. I haven't seen Crimes of the Future, though, but I am intrigued now. Claudia Rogajan, "Just watch the alternate ending now. Give us your thoughts. It's on YouTube." I can't. I mean, I'd love to watch it, but I can't bring it up and show you guys because I get fucked over for copyright. So I kind of just need to leave it. But I will, yeah, I will watch it at a future date. Izzy Ingristelli says, "Drinker, I've missed you and been bored as hell without your videos." Well, the Drinker is back, so don't worry. "Hope your vacation was relaxing and fun. Question, have you seen Peaky Blinders on Netflix?" Yeah, why does everyone keep asking me the same question? Yeah, I have absolutely seen Peaky Blinders. And yeah, I'm 3 seasons in at the moment. Yeah, I've still got a couple more to go to catch up. It just fell by the wayside while I was watching other things. But yeah, generally, really loved the show. I thought it was great. Oh yeah, what did I think of the movie Upgrade? I thought it was really fun. The action scenes were really inventive. The way they were shot and stuff. And yeah, damn man, the ending. Don't want to spoil it, but it's not your traditional ending, that's for sure. Not everyone lives happily ever after, but yeah, I thought Upgrade was a good film. What's the next one? Edward Bradshaw, "Have you tried Highland Park Dragon Legend? Possibly my favorite whiskey." No, I have Highland Park Viking Honor. That's the one I drink, and that goes down pretty fucking well. Haven't tried Dragon Legend though. Is that like a Game of Thrones inspired one or something? Yeah, Upgrade worth the watch? Yeah, I'd say so. I think you'll have fun with it. What can I liken it to? Maybe what was that Frank Grillo one that I watched? Hold on. It was Boss Level, yeah. I would kind of liken it to that. Like, doesn't take itself entirely seriously, but yeah, just a good fun action movie with decent characters, and yeah, it's all right. Yeah, there we go. Game of Thrones whiskey, pretty good, but the last glass is piss. Indeed, yeah. They made a whole bunch of whiskeys, like loads of distilleries got involved in this shit. Mr. DJ Fly High said, "Thoughts on the Oz series? It reminded me of Game of Thrones in terms of the unpredictability and the political intrigue involved in prison gangs." I mean, I'd have to take your word for that, man. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know enough about it to comment on it. SS Phoenix says, "Keep up the great work. Just finished the series called Hacks on Prime. Genuinely funny, although interspersed with the message easily ignored." I mean, if you can ignore it, then kind of makes it tolerable. But yeah, don't know enough about it, man. Claudio Rogajan says, I kind of wanted you to play his performance. He's actually not a bad singer. I think he's about to turn 40 now, if you were wondering. Man, who's that referring to? Oh, okay. Finbar White says, Drinker, the alternate end for Die Hard 3 is on YouTube. Also, who's been the best Bond villain? I'd like to see Daniel Day-Lewis as a Bond villain. Who was your favorite? Christ. Okay, so it's different. It's difficult for me because some of my favorite movies have, like Bond movies, have weak villains. Like I loved The Spy Who Loved Me, but like Stromberg was a pretty middle of the road villain, like not very interesting. Blofeld in You Only Live Twice, great villain, like kind of a shitty movie in a lot of ways. Like Sean Connery, like 6'2" Scottish guy trying to pass himself off as Japanese, never going to work. But Blofeld was just a great villain. Really kind of sinister and calculating. And yeah, who would be a good one? I liked Alex Trevelyan from GoldenEye because he was Bond's match in every way. Like he was a 00, so he had the same level of training. He was just as competent with weapons and fighting, but he was really cold and ruthless and calculating. So he had like both aspects to him. You know, he had the mental and the physical, and I loved the fight that they had at the climax of the movie. Like it was kind of a nice bruiser sort of fight, really physical. They're getting thrown around the room, like punching the shit out of each other, kicking, like throwing objects at each other. Like it's not like a nice, neat fight that you got in like earlier Bond movies. So yeah, I think probably Alex Trevelyan would be one of my top villains, and he's played by Sean Bean. So and he dies as Sean Bean always does. Yeah, GoldenEye, fucking brilliant. I'm just seeing what other people are saying here. What's the consensus in chat? Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd. Yeah. Oh god, like one of them got blown up by a bomb inside a cake. They just got flung off a ship. They were quite cool actually because they were very like sinister assassins, you know, like, and obviously like they're a couple, but the movie never really plays into that too much. It's more just like they're really creepy, you know, sadistic assassins who just happen to be gay lovers, and like this, it's not like an intrinsic part of their character or anything. It's just something that's kind of thrown in there just to make them a bit different. And I kind of like how the movie handles that. And considering it's a film from like the 60s or whatever, I think they did all right with it. Odd Job. I mean, he's not really a Bond villain. He's a henchman. You know, really Goldfinger would be your villain in that movie. And again, he was good. You know, just this fat German guy. You know, not a physical threat to Bond, but, you know, he had that great scene where he's going to cut him in half with a laser. And it's just such a great bit of dialogue, you know, from Bond, and it's been done so many times, but just, you know, do you expect me to talk? And Goldfinger just goes, no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. It's great. It seems like the kind of dialogue you would get today, you know, trying to be all like edgy and different and stuff, but they did it 50 odd years ago. Sheriff Peppers, yeah. That dude, fucking hell. I don't know, man. Like, I'll give credit to the actor. Like, he went all in on that shit. But he ruined, or should I say, the way they edited that movie ruined one of the best stunts in Bond history. Where like Roger Moore's got to, like, obviously Roger Moore doesn't really do it, driving a car over like a broken bridge that flips it 360 degrees in the air and lands on the other side. And it was an incredibly difficult stunt and a very dangerous stunt to do, but they nailed it perfectly. And the fucking sound designers decided to put like a whistle sound in it halfway through, totally fucking destroyed it. And they had Sergeant fucking Pepper, like this Yeah, this like ridiculous stereotype of a Southern cop, like in the back seat getting thrown around during it. It just, oh man, it so ruined it. What else have we got here? Yeah, the slide whistle. Ugh. Odd job ain't got shit on random task. Yeah, that was funny. Max Zorin. Yeah, I love the fact that when Zorin fucking dies, he laughs. He's hanging off the Golden Gate Bridge, and like he just sees his mentor because it's like the fucking hot air balloon that they've been in crashes into the Golden Gate Bridge, and like Bond has been smuggled on board. They have this big fight, and Zoran's just holding on because he gets knocked off by Bond, and he's like hanging on the edge, and he just sees this his mentor going like, "Oh no, Max, don't!" And then he just laughs and then falls off. He's like a deeply weird character. I just think it's great. Only Christopher Walken could play a fucking guy like that. Man, yeah, View to a Kill, that's the one. I miss characters like that in Bond, like just deeply funny and quirky and weird. All right, I should get back on track here. Okay. Kevin Dillis says, "Have you watched Attack on Titan?" No. One of the most well planned and well written stories in anime by far. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watch it because so many people have fucking loved it. Lance said, "Plot idea: the Bond villains plans to end bars and alcohol worldwide. Drinker Bond leaps into action, drunkenly, of course, naturally. Yeah, got to save the booze." Corey Diaz says, "Drinker, any interest in Amazon's The Man in the High Castle? Post-war world had the Axis won World War II." Yeah, I've heard loads about this. Season 3 and 4 start to get kind of woke, but it's still very entertaining. Would love to hear your take. Yeah, I love these alternate history ones. It's like, what would have happened if Japan or Germany had won World War II? You know, how would the world have panned out? And yeah, a couple of my good friends have seen it and said it's really good fun. So yeah, I'd be interested in that for sure. Matt Julinet says, "Who will we see more of in Obi-Wan series? Obi-Wan or the Black Inquisitor?" Yeah, I think you know the fucking answer to that. But I won't be watching it. Disney Star Wars is not canon to me. Yeah, it's not for me either, to be fair. Viper 2024 gave me $5 US. Cheers, mate. Hunter Quam says, "If your Ryan Drake series was adapted to the Silver Stream, who would be your dreams castings?" Yeah, it's a tricky one because the people that I had in mind for Ryan Drake back in the day, obviously they've aged out of the roles. Like I kind of had Colin Farrell in mind, and he's a bit too old now. Who would I have playing him now? God, it's a tricky one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who could play that. You'd need a guy who's like mid-30s. You know, he needs to be like kind of tall, kind of muscular, not like excessively so or anything. Yeah, kind of. He's got that British accent. I don't know. I don't want to say Henry Cavill because I just want to cast him in everything. So that would be unfair. Yeah, I'd be happy to just cast an unknown. To be honest with you. What's this one? Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge is fucking fantastic. Clint Eastwood is brilliant in it. Love that movie. It's great fun. Ezra Miller. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's if you have to like have your main character choke someone out, perfect. Ezra Miller would be right on board. I say yeah. Let's just cast Az. No, wait. Elliot Page. We've got it. We've got it nailed. Elliot Page is only like 4'6" or so, but yeah, he, she, or it could absolutely carry that movie. Hacksaw Ridge, yeah. Got to do a drinkers recommends on that one, or at least an extra shots. Right, Snarf says, fuck, marry, kill. Ryan Johnson, Brie Larson, and J.J. Abrams. Okay, kill Ryan Johnson for sure. Probably fuck Brie Larson and marry J.J. Abrams, because I think I can make him a better person. I can fix him. I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life with Brie Larson, so I'd have to just shag her and spend the rest of my days with J.J. Abrams talking about The Force Awakens. I love the choice of people there. Fucking hell. WLMG said the Neverending Story is underrated. It's due for a remake concentrating on the darker elements. A German wrote the book, for Christ's sakes. It's I don't know much about the book, but man, that's the most 80s of 80s fantasy movies for sure. Very unusual film, but I'd happily. I don't know if would we want to see a remake? Really? Would you want to see a remake of Neverending Story? I feel like it's got that 80s charm to it. Am I going to review Morbius? Yes, probably tomorrow. I'm going to go see it and then review it. So it's I've not got high hopes, but we'll see. Okay. Taker 610. Attack on Titan will have roughly 95, 22 minute episodes, so put aside roughly 35 hours to get through it. Fuck, that's a lot. Clockwork Orange, it with a nice whiskey. Yeah, just like pin my eyes open. I'm not going to stop. Edward Bradshaw says, have you tried Highland Park Dragon Legend? Possibly my favorite whiskey. Yeah, no, that was the one I answered earlier. Richard E. Normus says, hey, handsome, I would like to recommend Tokyo Vice on HBO. Crime drama in 1999 Tokyo. Brand new, well written. Nice. I like these ones that jump back to the 90s. And Spencer Stabio says, good afternoon, Drinker. I just wanted to say I think you're one of the best content creators on YouTube. Oh, thank you. I'm going to get total blushing now. Even though I find myself disagreeing with you at points, that's okay. I think you're hilarious and have a genuine passion for good storytelling. Cheers. That's it. And thank you very much for donating $50, man. It's very much appreciated. But yeah, ultimately, I'm just on the side of telling a good story and giving your audience like a really fun, enjoyable adventure that they can engage with. That's all I want from storytelling. And I'll happily take it from any person that's willing to provide that for the audience. And if it's good, I'll happily, sing its praises. Nice beard, thank you. Yeah, it's it was getting really long on holiday because I didn't have access to like clippers or anything like that, so I was starting to get quite pissed off with it. And I got really close to shaving it off. You don't want to see me without my beard because I look like a small child. That's all in the reflexes, as Jack Burton would say. Yeah, I look exactly like my icon because I am my fucking icon. Why does nobody understand this? Like, that's literally just a picture of me. All it was a video that I did 10 years ago or something. And when you upload a video to YouTube, it'll just pick 10 random shots from it. One of those was the possible thumbnail, and I just took that as my avatar, and that's it. That's a legend was born, if you want to call it that. I mean, yeah, the beard's got a little bit more grey in it now than it did back in the day. But what do you want me to say, man? I'm old now, and I'm Scottish, and being Scottish takes a fucking toll on you. Let me tell you. Next one. Sailor Mercury. Have you seen Repo, Genetic Opera, horror musical? What the fuck? No, I have not, I'm afraid, so I don't know. Claudia Rogajan, I was referring to Alan Richardson with that last super chat. My bad, and I was referring to his American Idol performance, if you don't mind playing it. So I probably can't get away with playing it, again, for copyright bullshit reasons, but I will look that up in my own time. I mean, fuck, man, everyone's got to start somewhere, but all I can say, in Reacher, he's pretty fucking good. Bryant Townsend says Thomas Shelby is a proper crime lord as opposed to that space bounty hunter that ruled with respect. Glad to have you back. Yeah, you're absolutely fucking right. Tommy did not mess around when it was time to kick some ass. Yeah, I would love to see him destroy Boba Fett. There would be no contest there. Claudio Rogajan, Le Chiffre is the best Bond villain. Changed my mind. I mean, he's played by a fucking great actor. It's interesting as well because he's kind of under pressure from people above him as well. So like you almost see him as a protagonist in his own right. Like he's just struggling to maintain his own place in the criminal hierarchy. Mads Mikkelsen, great actor. Yeah, but I don't think I would rank him as the top tier Bond villain for me. I did like Skyfall, and I liked the villain in that. Javier Bardem, I thought played him really well. And yeah, like I like that personal connection that he had to him. Jeff Kincannon said, just bought Redemption for Kindle just now. I've been looking forward to diving into your books. I finally had to take the plunge. Thank you very much, dude. And thank you for the donation. I hope you enjoy Redemption. It's my first ever book. And I really enjoyed writing it. So, yeah, thanks, man. And yeah, I hope you really get into it. Damn it. Next one is Edward Bradshaw. I really like Franz Sanchez, underrated in my opinion. I'll have to take your word for that. I don't know much. J.K. Fozel said, the image in my profile picture is referred to around these parts, Washington State, as Galloping Gertie. You should look that up on Google if you never want to feel safe on a bridge again. I'm going to do that right now. Galloping Gertie. What the fuck? Oh, is this one that... Yeah. So this was a really shittily designed bridge that got caught in high winds and it starts swaying from side to side. Yeah, I've seen the pictures of that. That's awesome. We had something like that in Scotland called the Tay Bridge. It was not done in the 20th century. It was back when we still had steam trains and stuff, and it linked up Edinburgh to Dundee by rail link over a big river called the Firth of Tay. And it was badly designed as well, and it blew down in a storm, and a train just plunged right into the sea right there with 300 people on board, and they all died. It's absolutely fucking horrific. But yeah, apparently we just didn't figure out bridges until later on. Next one is Sailor Mercury, who said, Electra King from World Is Not Enough. Great twist. Yeah, she was good. I like The World Is Not Enough as well. I liked the first three Brosnan Bond movies. I thought they were all pretty good. And I could even tolerate Christmas Jones because it's Denise Richards in a tank top, man. What can I say? She's fucking stunning back in the day. Andrew N says, I watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels last night. The class and humor in that movie is second to none. Then you have the gender role reversal of The Hustle. Your thoughts? So I haven't seen The Hustle, so I don't know. I'm sorry, man. Huge Ass says, it's weird that some of the best TV series of the last few decades are all about anti-heroes. Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, etc. I wonder what that says about the current culture in the West. Well, we're gradually declining into obscurity, and the world is eventually going to swallow us up. But yeah, I think you can explore the idea of an anti-hero and still tell a compelling story about them. It's just doing it in the right way. I think what pisses people off is when you take an established hero and then try to deconstruct them. Then you're tearing down icons of a different generation. Karen Took the Kids says, is it true that Marvel paid for your holiday and one of the stipulations was that you twerk on Zoom for the board members? Well, there is that too, but I try to not do that on stream live, so don't talk about it, damn it. Don Graham says, okay, who could play Jack Burton? Best not to bother. Yeah, nobody but Kurt Russell could ever play Jack Burton. That is my fucking final offer there. RRTNZ said, welcome back, Drinker. Big surprise. Hollywood has still been shit in your absence. Yeah, no surprises there. Hope your vacation was fun. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was great, man. But it's good to be back as well. Straight Shooter says, have you seen the Reacher series? Much better than the movie. Yeah, so I'm working my way through it right now. And yeah, hopefully get it finished soon and get a review out. Escape from Scotland. Yeah, there we go. I'd love to see Snake Plissken do that. Le Chiffre is great because he isn't a traditional Bond villain. He has legit motivation, yes, for doing what he's doing. Unlike most Bond villains, world domination. He's just more real and less cartoony. He absolutely is, yeah. That's what got the Daniel Craig era off to such a great start. Really well-written characters, really tight, compelling storyline. It was great. Would like to have seen more of that. And then we got Quantum of Solace, which was absolute fucking garbage. Sorry, let me just bring this away. Yeah, I just need to refresh my list here. Sorry, I'm going a bit slow here. The next one is Hunter Quaim says, Drinker, I think you mistook Hacksaw Ridge for Heartbreak Ridge. Oh, sorry. Andrew Garfield put himself back on the map after a minor black ball from Sony. Yes, so I did actually a happy hour on Hacksaw Ridge with Shadiversity. Shad absolutely loved that film, and I enjoyed it as well. And yeah, we had a really good talk about it. So yeah, I thought Andrew Garfield was really good in it. And it presented a different point of view on the war. You know, the idea that you can be a hero not just by killing the enemy, but by rescuing people, by risking your life, and you know, really taking that risk time and time again. And that's exactly what he did. So I thought it was a pretty good film. Michael C says, how long has it been since you've gone without a beard for a long period of time? Fucking hell, it must be about 3 or 4 years, probably. I remember going on another holiday probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and I had a beard then, but then it was really fucking hot and it was uncomfortable and itchy, and so I just said fuck it and shaved it off, and that was the first time I'd seen my full face for quite a long time. But yeah, I've kind of kept a beard since then. I don't know, man. Some people suit it, some people don't. I think I do okay with it. So yeah, one day I'll shave it off live on stream. You know, get my razor out and just shave it off and see what it looks like, and then I'll be horrified by what my actual face looks like. Wazapalooza the Drunk says, I need to see and look over the movie. RRR that Chris Gore mentioned. Hollywood dropped the ball and India picked it up, and they did really well. I mean, I would say that like South Korea seems to have picked it up because man, they produce some great stuff. But yeah, man, the more you hate your audience, the more the audience is going to turn away to other sources. RRTNZ said also saw The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Great fun if you like Nick Cage. It's fucking hilarious. Takes the piss out of himself mercilessly. I love it. I love Nick Cage. You know, as much as he's been in shit movies over the years for tax reasons, he never phoned it in. He gave it his all every time, and damn, I've got to respect that. So yeah, I absolutely want to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Ashley says, have you seen The Northman yet? No, because it's just come out, so I haven't had a chance yet. I felt it was overrated but good. Could have been great with a more experienced screenwriter, pacing and flow. Okay, well, I mean, I'm interested to watch it when I get the chance. A. Campbell says, do you think lack of creativity today is due to restrictions from studios? Yes, or lack of skill or lowered bar, or a combination of both. I think mostly it's restrictions from studios, but I think they are also guilty of just hiring activists rather than writers. And so these people don't have a fucking clue how to write good characters, how to tell good stories. And so you have that deadly combination, really, of hiring people that are incompetent and that are just diversity hires, essentially, and having to work within studio mandates. So it's just a shit way of telling stories, really. Dread says, "Howdy, Drinker. First, let me say how much you've helped me understand why I had issues with certain films. Good. I'm glad I could help. But also, thank you for helping me put back on track with my writing my own novel. Cheers. Looking forward to the next video." Thank you very much, man. And best of luck with your own novel. Hopefully, I can help you a little bit. Edward Bradshaw says, "Sorry, should have clarified. Franz Sanchez was the villain in License to Kill." Yeah. The Dalton era wasn't my favorite of Bond, but yeah, like that was the License to Kill was that was Dalton's second one. So Sanchez was played by that dude who was also in Die Hard, which he was fucking perfect in that role. Basically South American drug lord, and yeah, I thought he was pretty fucking good in it. The Dalton era was a weird one for me because it never really felt like Bond, but they were good. They were definitely good action thrillers with a little bit of espionage mixed in. They were interesting for their time, and damn, they were a change of pace from Roger Moore's era. What else have we got here? Tom McCaffrey says there's such a thing as called a kung fu musical, like where they sing and have Bruce Lee style. I mean, I hope there is, because that would be fucking great. Claudio Rogajan, Le Chiffre is great because he isn't a traditional Bond villain. Oh yeah, I did that one. Yeah, I covered that one. Claudio Rogajan, thoughts on Cruise Reacher movies? First one's okay. Only saw the first one, didn't love it. Just felt a bit generic, and it was too much Tom Cruise, I suppose. I could never get past him just not being right for the role. Snarf says, "Will you review No Way Home? Defoe and Molina rules." I've already reviewed No Way Home, so there you go. Go and watch it. Yeah. There we go. Willy's Wonderland, Color Out of Space. Willy's Wonderland is fucking brilliant. I watched that on Halloween. I was pissed as a fart with a bunch of my mates. They were high as fuck, and we just had an absolute blast watching it. It was really good fun. Yeah, will I review Morbius? Yes, I will tomorrow. I'm going to go and see it tomorrow morning, hopefully. So, yeah, I'll see what comes out of that. Probably nothing good. Night King 01 says, "What's your biggest guilty pleasure?" There's loads of them. You know, the one I want to talk about at the moment, or I'm going to do in a review soon, is Armageddon. That was a great, fun movie. You know, kind of like The Rock, just that Michael Bay style of movie making, or it is Michael Bay that did it. But yeah, just didn't take itself too seriously, but just really good fun, good action, high budget, just completely over the top in every respect. So yeah, things like that would be a total guilty pleasure for me. Have you seen Carlito's Way? Definitely recommend. Top film. Haven't seen it. No. I heard that it's. I've heard nothing but good things about it. So, Alec Griffin says, "Drinker, thanks for putting out great content, calling out Hollywood on its laziness. Thank you. If you get the chance, check out The Raid by Welsh filmmaker Gareth Evans and the South Korean 2010 film The Man from Nowhere, both amazing." So yeah, I've seen The Raid, but that was the sort of Indonesian one with all the martial arts and fighting and killing and stuff. Don't know if there's another one. But yeah, thank you very much, man. Just see if there's anything else that I've missed here. Is the Drinker movie review book still on the cards? Any plans to write a different genre, sci-fi horror? Yes, we are working on that at the moment. So watch this space. But yeah, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. I can't say much right now, but yeah, hopefully we'll have something nice to tell you soon. But yeah, I am working on that, and hopefully we'll have a Drinker review or Drinker movie review book in the near future. Claudia Rogajan, unpopular opinion. I think Top Gun's boring as hell. You get the fuck out of here, Claudia Rogajan. I reject that your hypothesis. Top Gun's great fun. Let's see if there's anything I've missed, and then I'll probably finish up because I'm pretty drunk. Ben Affleck's commentary on Armageddon is hilarious. Yeah, when he's talking about oil drillers, it's like, is it really more difficult to teach astronauts how to work a drill, or is it more difficult to teach oil drillers how to become astronauts? Like, don't you just point the drill at the ground and press on? Affleck knew what he was involved in back then, but hey, you know what? It put him on the map, I suppose, so you can't complain too much. Cody Collins, as a fan of military media, have you read the most recent Star Wars Thrawn trilogy? It's canon and features a young Thrawn as a military man, all about tactics and war, good story, modern Star Wars. Yeah, the Thrawn trilogy apparently really stands out as being some of the best stuff that they produced. Yeah, I've not read it, but apparently it's meant to be really good, so yeah, can't wait for them to fuck him up. Ryan Locke, see The Northman. Looking forward to your thoughts. I will watch it for sure. I guess I was so hyped then, it was about nothing. Is this Top Gun? Secret Shame, Lower Decks is actually fun. More Star Trek than any of the other modern Treks. Have you given it a try? No, I mean, I saw the trailers and some scenes from it, and then it just put me off, and I kind of figured I wasn't really the audience for it, so just never really watched it. Maybe it's good. I don't know, man. I'll do one more, and that is my lot. All right, so have you seen Reacher series on Amazon? Yes, I'm currently watching it. I'm quite enjoying it so far. Pyro the Ahsoka Simp says, saw Top Gun recently and thought it was mostly a great film, considering all the butchering of legacy characters these days. What's your honest expectations of Top Gun Maverick soon to come out? So I expect it to be fairly good. I don't think Tom Cruise is going to stand for any of that shit. He's not Mark Hamill. He's not going to see his character debased. So I think Maverick will still be intact as a character, and yeah, hopefully it's a decent passing of the torch movie. I got to know Az and Gary because you were on Friday Night Tights. Thank you for the good timing. Thanks, man. I love being on Friday Night Tights. It's great. I just need to make more time for it, I suppose. The pacing just killed it for me and felt long as hell. I don't know what to tell you, man. Don't know what to tell you. I found it okay. Welcome back, Drinker. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, man. It's great to be back. And yeah, that is it at the end of the super chats. Don't send me any more. I'm not going to respond to any more because I'm going to finish up there. But it's great to be back to doing live streaming again. I'm going to be back for Open Bar on Thursday. Hopefully, we're going to have a great lineup of guests for you guys. Thank you for all the super chats tonight. Thanks for chat for being awesome. Thanks for my mods for being the usual hardworking, great people that they are. And yeah, can't wait to do this again. I will hook up with you guys again on Thursday with Mahler and a bunch of other guests, and we're going to put the world to rights. But yeah, for now, tonight, that is all I've got for today. So happy Easter and go away now.